That's we've said this before, but obviously guys that have been to war, usually that's the best thing in their life and the best experiences they've had in their lives, and it gives you that type of feeling right there of where you can't help but smile. And then, as I just talked about, and as we both know, it's also the worst days of our lives are also there, and we know that people in the military all feel, most of them feel the same way, that you have your best days and your worst days there. And it's interesting, cover and move. It always comes back to cover and move in these gunfights. And a client we were working with recently, and remember, he switched around cover and move and made it second and put simple first. And it's like, well, there's a reason why that exists that way. Cover and move is first, because if you're not working together as a team, there's nothing to even keep simple. It's not happening. You need to start off with cover and move. Teamwork is critical. And obviously we just read a couple of sort of war story-ish type things, but like Extreme Ownership, this book's kind of set up the same way as Extreme Ownership. I mean, well, not kind of. It is set up the same way as Extreme Ownership, which is a story about combat that reveals a principle and then actually state what the principle is, and then we use a business example that shows how this principle applies in civilian life and usually in the business world. In fact, always in the business world. Those are the examples that we use. Although we could probably do another book that was about how these principles apply to your under 9-year-old soccer team, or your relationship with your spouse, or your relationship with your teenage daughters, 2 of them, or your relationship with your teenage son, 1 of them, or your relationship with your 9-year-old daughter, or your, what do you got, 3s and 4s?
I got a 3 and a 2-year-old.
Yeah, get some.
Absolutely applies. and it could absolutely apply to any of those situations. I think that was what was amazing about Extreme Ownership, to see how people applied that in so many aspects of their lives. And now I think with Dichotomy of Leadership, it's exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
It applies across all aspects of professional and personal lives.
Well, it was weird too, because when I got out of the teams, like, I didn't understand the broad application of what we knew. I didn't. I mean, when I started working with civilian companies, then it's like, oh, well, this is your problem. You don't keep things simple enough, or this is your problem. You don't have decentralized command, so you're trying to control all the decisions made. But as soon as we realized, and I realized, it was like, oh, it applies to this company. Well, what about this company? And then, okay, what about this company? And you just realize, okay. And that's when I started just seeing it everywhere. And I think, yeah, exactly right. The Dichotomy of Leadership is the same way, and well, like I said, it's not just a book of war stories. The point of the book is to make people better leaders, is to give them leadership tools, including me, including you. Like, when you write stuff down, you understand it better. And so, part of writing these books is like, okay, how can I capture these lessons for myself? And of course, it's nice that other people can grab them then and look through them.